Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you in details on how to make a zipper fly, on how to insert a zipper on a trouser. Basically here I have my pattern and we are going to be focusing only on this side because that's the center of attention today. Okay, so I have my pattern here and I have cut out the pattern. As you can see, I'm assuming that we are making a short, so I stop right here. As you can see, it's exact same as my pattern. So whatever pattern you are using, go ahead and cut it out like so, and I will show you the important points and lines to transfer. So on my pattern here, of course this is my seam allowance. Let me take this away so it doesn't confuse you guys. So this green line indicates the portion of the zipper fly, the line where the zipper is going to be, and this orange point right here, I use that to show where my zipper is going to stop. Then this purple line indicates my zipper fly cover. You will see what I'm talking about as we proceed. So as you can see, I have transferred the green line because that's what is important on my main panels. So of course I have two pieces. Let me just remind you of that. I have two pieces of my front cut out. Okay, so the final thing I cut out is this zipper cover, which is this purple line right here, and I have it right here, you see, and I cut it on fold. Is one piece, just like that. Okay, so in order to get started with the stitching, you should go ahead and mark which side is your right side and which side is your wrong. So this is going to be my wrong side, so you have to have your right sides facing each other now. So you have to place your fabric right sides facing each other. Then you are going to be stitching from here all the way to this point where you have the end of your zipper, this orange line. You will stitch with a regular stitch, and from that point all the way up you'll be stitching with a loose stitch or gather stitch, or some people call it basting stitch. So as you can see, I have done that, and I should correct myself. You shouldn't stitch these legs together yet because you need that to join together with the back. So what I did was I stitched, oh, let me flip to this side so you see. Yeah, so then I stitched from here regular stitch, and I stopped here at this orange dot, and from this line I stitched with a gathered stitch, with a loose stitch. So it's time to put in the zipper, and this is what I'm going to do. I am going to open up the zipper fly this way, and I am going to be putting my zipper. If you want the opening of your zipper on the left for women, then you should place your zipper on the right, and if you want the opening on the right for men, then you should place your zipper on the left. So I'm placing my zipper this way. Okay, see what I have. Then I'm going to pin that down. So using regular stitch, I'm going to go ahead and stitch that down this way using a regular stitch this time. So once that was done, this is what I have, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my zipper this way, and I'm going to top stitch. So I'm flipping the zipper together with this extra piece of fabric right here, and I'll top stitch right here. All right, so now we are here. This is that stitch which has been done. Once the top stitch was done, just as it is, flip this down and open your trouser up. Okay, and just so I want it to fit into the camera, I will turn it this way so you guys can see. Then you will take it to your machine and you will do a top stitch this way. You know that curvy kind of stitch that is in front of a trouser, so that's what we are going to do here. And this is that point where you stop at that orange point where I marked, if you remember. So my orange point is peeping through somewhere here, so I will stitch this way and I will aim at that orange point. So once that is done, I have something that looks like this. So what I'm going to do next is to open this gather stitch that we had here. So once that stitch is opened, this is what I have, and now we can access and zip our zipper. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to attach my fly cover, and I'm simply going to flip to the back, and I'm going to be placing my fly cover on top of it like this, just like that. Okay, and then I am going to hold that down. Then I will take this to my machine and I will be stitching from the right side, and I will stitch from here. I'll open up here and I'm going to be stitching right on this line. Okay, and the reason why I'm going to be placing my stitch exactly on this same line is because I don't want to have another line showing here. If you don't mind having double line showing here, then you can place your stitch a bit away from this line, but I'm going to be placing it right on top of it. By the time I'm done, you are not going to be seeing another line of stitch here because it's going to be right on top. You are only going to be seeing that stitch right here. Optionally, you can stitch your fly cover together first before you place it on here, but if you do that, you are going to be having two rows of stitches showing here, which I personally don't like, so that's why I prefer to do it this way. So as you can see, I did that stitch and this is what I have. And like I said, I did it from the right side. As you can see, you can't see another line of stitch. Only thing you can see is that this one now becomes a bit thicker. So when I stitched, my needle was right on this black line, so I stitched right exactly on top of this initial black line. So yeah, that's basically it on how to insert your zipper onto your trousers, pants. And you see, it's actually pretty easy. If this were to be an actual garment that I'm going to be wearing, of course I'm going to pay a little extra attention and it's going to come out cleaner than this. Obviously I won't be using a black thread. I'm doing all of this for you guys. Can you please give me a thumbs up for this video? If you find this video helpful, join the family, subscribe, and let's meet again in my next video. Bye.
Empty hearts